Okay, today we're going to look at the most powerful X-Deck monster I think in the game currently, Underworld Goddess of a Closed World. She's a Link 5 3-yard attack monster. She's light fiend type, and I think currently the most powerful card you can summon if your deck allows. Obviously Link 5's not the easiest thing to summon, but in the effect of this card there is a condition that makes it easy to summon. So we'll quickly run over the effect. So it's 4+ effect monsters as its summoning mechanic, and here you can also use one monster your opponent controls as material to link summon this card. So if they've got a Link 2 on the board, you then only need 3 of your monsters, which is great. So if they've got like a Predator Plant, Verti Anaconda, and you've negated the effect of that, stopping them to get into Red Ice Fusion, you can use that Link monster as the link material with 3 of your monsters. So there's easy ways around getting it out with the Link 5. The next part of this part of the effect is, if this card is link summoned, you can negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. So it's literally like a Dark Rule no more, without the damage stipulation, which is really good. Most of the time it's awkward to get it out with that with your opponent having a big board, because obviously you're needing to get the material out to do that. Continuing on, this link summon card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card. So this is a different sort of negation of effects, I guess. So it's if they specifically target this card will get destroyed. But if it's like something like Torrential Tribute, then the card will stay on the field because it isn't specifically targeting Underworld Goddess, which is good. It can be a bit awkward because obviously most cards will just target one card, but it's still good. And then this is the main one that seems to pop up a lot now, because obviously the meta's Eldritch Drytron, Virtual Wood. So once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that special summons a monster from the graveyard, quick effect, you can negate the activation. That's really powerful at the minute. Any card that stops a graveyard effect to bring out a monster is really good. And also this is great because if you've got an IP Masquerade on your side of the field, and you're able to do a link summon to get Underworld Goddess out on the opponent's main phase, you're using one of their main monsters. So if they're just starting off and you get rid of the first one, that's great. They've got to then start again. If they've got a response, keep playing through, like Drytron and Dragon Link constantly play through your negations. But then if they go into the graveyard and then try and activate an effect to special summon a card, you've then got a negate on that. And if they've already got a card on the field, you've then negated that effect of the card on the field. So this card is really good combined with IP Masquerade. I'll show you some gameplays of like how to get the card out. Is it good on your turn? Is it good on their turn? But mainly with IP Masquerade, this card becomes so good. Moving into the first clip here, see our hand, activate Union Carrier. We get a Sea Crush. This is post balanced as well, so we don't play Union Carrier. So I'm trying to play around the idea that we don't have Union Carrier anymore with the ABC. You'll see the hand is a little bit. It's interesting, and you'll see the extract's interesting. I haven't made a deck profile on the deck yet. What I wanted to talk about Underworld Goddess of a Closed World first before I got the deck profile out. But it's basically Adamancer ABC. Trying new ways to make ABC work without Union Carrier. I've seen a lot of combos, but I actually quite like the Adamancer work as well. So we go into ABC here, which is also really like why I like Underworld Goddess of Closed World, because ABC is a second effect of special summoning 3 of the banished ones. And so basically when that happens, and if you've got an IP on the board, you've literally just got an Underworld Goddess of a Closed World. So you see we're just running through our combos, getting Raptite, getting Spire onto field, getting Guardian to hand now, activating Raptite. I think we're going to go Analyzer, because I thought about this because I wanted to know what Synchro I was going to make. But level 8 Synchro, we've got, I think we've got Boral Sword and Dragite, but we're going to the Masquerade here, I believe. Yes, going into the Masquerade, obviously to the Genie zone. activate mechanicalized reactivation, which is probably one of the best ways to get ABC to work now without carrier, because we still need to equip. So he activates fire formation tanky. So I initially thought bird up, so I can play against bird up. Goddess to negate, so it'd be really good. But it seems to be Senju's. So this is still good for me. So he puts in pendulum zone, pendulum scale. Didn't really fancy using one of the effects to get rid of it. But now he activates the effect, going to the activating IP Masquerena. Underworld Goddess comes out. He then gets the special summon off the Senju for the first effect. When he's normal summoned, he gets an extra summon. So he gets an extra summon here when it comes onto the board. There. But Goddess's effects, negating all face-up monsters on the field, comes out, and it's just done. And he attacks over Vajinki, which is fine because he's really hard to get rid of anyway, because you can't use him for link summoning. But I was okay with that. And so here we go into what I think wins the game really easily, because we discard the Crush Wyvern and have an extra ABC in the graveyard now. And so we've got 9,000 on board. So we get rid of their monster, Summon Guardian, easy as that. Right, so we go into our second game. This is going to be a 2-rounder, but we're made to go first. We've pretty much got the exact same combo as we did last time. So we're going for our ABC plays. We've already got A in hand as well, which is really good. So you have to work out a chain link that you want to do here, because you always want chain link 1 link. The chain link 2 to special summon, the chain link 3 to add, because you don't always have the parts, which is really so you just work that out. But I'll do an in-depth coverage on that. So you see we're getting the ABC straight away, and we pull off Researcher, and I actually think we don't hit anything off the Researcher. We don't, and so. We go into IP Masquerena here. So the board is an IP, Bajinki, and the ABC. So we've got nothing negation wise. We've got Banish, which is the ABC, which I do use. And Banish Doki Doki, because I want the parts of the ABC if we get able to go into a different one. Yeah, he's playing Mutant, which I've not seen much around, but it's actually coming up a little bit more often now. I think they're maybe 1 or 2 cards away from being full power, but we've got time yet. So we activate ABC. So this is what I'm talking about with Underworld Goddess. We get Hanger again, get Driver, special summon the Driver. Just rest in peace to Uni Gary. What? Just gone. Just Konami just need to rattle the card so it can only special summon Uni monsters. And then the card's fine. It's the only thing on the ban list that really annoyed me. The other cards, yeah, I can understand. I can sort of understand Union Carry because it did provide degeneracy, but it has just hit ABC so hard. But I get it's collateral damage, isn't it? Which I understand. So you see. We're going to go into Underworld Goddess now and link away all the parts of ABC. Summon B, yeah. And then we go into battle phase. We've got enough on board, easy. So then we go into the next round. Since we were made to go first and pretty much OTK'd him, we're made to go second this time, which is really good for this deck because we've got Analyzer. Analyzer is always really good to draw second. We didn't make any changes to the fact on the side deck, so we just go in straight again. But Analyzer, he gets to Synthesis. It's got a quick effect. He takes his own card out. I don't know if he was meant to. I don't know the art type that well. But Synthesis has like some protection on the card. He special summons another mutant. Yeah, Synthesis has protection on the card. It's like spell trap and monster, and if you get rid of one, you're prevented from getting destroyed by that one type. So it's quite a good protection actually. But you see, now we're going to Prank Kids package, using Dropsies, summoning Supplier, getting rid of Doki. There's Dropsies. Now we're going to do and get Roxy's. We can then. Where do we go? Oh, we're going to Granite. Oh, because we'll then discard to get a researcher or researcher there. Adamant Spitters is so good. I mean, Blood Dragon's a big hit, but they as a package they work so well. And ABC need a package right now. They don't do well without the without specific cards like Union Carrier. But you go into Raptite now, and Raptite's really good. Gets us an extra search. We get Seeker, extra search again. Don't hit anything, but that's alright, because we can go into Dragite. We can get rid of all of his cards on field, summon, and then we'll go into Borrow Sword. Activate Borrow Sword, get the Link 2, get the negations, activate Monster Reborn, and he's had enough. So there we have the card profile on Underworld, Goddess of a Closed World, in my opinion the strongest extra deck monster in the game currently, and what I'm going to class as the meta beta. It gets rid of so many problem cards and is just ridiculously good. Hard to fit into some decks, but I'd always try and find a way to fit this card into your extra deck, no matter what the options are, or however hard it is to get in. It's that good. Let me know what you think and what deck you run this card in, and if it's helped you out. Thank you.